I've been after one of these for a while now, a version 4 EH4800 small stone phaser. They're not especially hard to find, they're just going for a lot more than I felt like spending. And my patience eventually paid off because I was able to grab this perfect specimen for $10 whole. Guitar 1 was the Reverend Jetstream right into the small stone phaser pedal. And Guitar 2 was a Strat into the small stone with a little bit of grit from the Greer Soma preamp pedal. The Electro-Harmonic Small Stone, for those unfamiliar, is a 4-stage phaser, and like the Phase 45, it's got just a single knob here, which lets us phase slow, or fast, or anywhere in between. Unlike the Phase 45, it uses operational transconductance amplifiers, or OTAs, rather than operational amplifiers, or op-amps. From what I can tell, the difference is that an op-amp acts on voltage, whereas an OTA acts on current. And if the internet is to be believed, this can result in a different shape or style of sweep. Now, I don't have the gear or experience to really dig that much into it and prove it, but maybe someone in the comments can take us to class on the differences. The small stone also has a color switch, and this loops in some additional circuitry down here, which makes it a little less subtle. The color switch is really a more switch. The sweep gets wider, so it encompasses more frequencies, making the time it takes to get from end to end a little bit longer, and it also seems to boost the overall output or amplitude of those resonant peaks. If we take a look at an analyzer, we can actually see those differences here with the color switch off on the bottom and on up top. Phasers and flangers often get lumped together as they both sweep these notches or valleys through the spread of frequencies, though they go about it in completely different ways, flangers using delay and phasers using phase inversion. Pedal philosopher Emily Hopkins, shown here, once famously stated that phasers are just boneless flangers, which I want you to keep in mind as we explore the color setting with a little bit of overdrive added in from the Greer Soma pedal. As for the natural sound, the best way I came up with to describe it is it sounds like it's gently turning our sound inside out, but in a good way. It's smooth, it's vintage, it's watery, it's all I had hoped it would be. And while it does have a way of highlighting any hum or buzz you might already have from your guitar's pickups, the pedal itself doesn't seem to have any hum or clock noise, and at least from where I sit, I don't hear or see any overall volume drop when the pedal is engaged. Now, the part you're really curious about, how did I wind up getting this for $10 when they've been selling for around $150 for the past year or so? Well, I was doing my habitual early morning Facebook Marketplace browsing, like you do, when I saw this listing, and I just dropped everything and made this my mission for the day. Now, it says 4 parts, which some people might read as broken. Here's the thing, though. Unless it's digital or SMT or the board has been completely destroyed, there's really no such thing as a broken pedal. With a multimeter, a soldering iron, and access to digikey.com and Small Bear Electronics, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. And the seller said that it works, but it's just noisy. So for $10, really, I'd paid $10 for this beautiful enclosure alone. So I go over to the guy's house, I make the buy, and funny enough, I wasn't the first person to contact him, but I was the first person who said, I'll take it, I can be there this time today, just let me know where to drive. And apparently I beat one guy who pulled a no-show, and another guy who was trying to negotiate him down to $5. So let that be a lesson for anyone trying to buy from people online. Be super clear and direct in your communications. A guy missed out on this because he wanted to save $5. Come on. Get the pedal home, fire it up, and just like the guy said, it worked, but it had a really nasty hum to it. And I stupidly forgot to record any clips for a before, but when I opened it up, I saw that a bunch of wires had gotten wrapped around the input jack to the point where it was actually digging through the outer insulation. And that might not be the cause of the problem, but it certainly wasn't helping anything. My guess is that the jack came loose and they tried to retighten it from the outside without realizing that everything was getting all tangled and messed up on the inside. It's an easy mistake to make, but also an easy problem to diagnose by opening it up and looking. So I fixed that up and the intermittent hum went away. I took a couple of minutes to check all the component labels against their values, and everything was fully up to spec, which kind of made me happy because it meant I really did get lucky with this thing, though I was kind of hoping to include some hot recapping action in this video. That might have to wait until I get around to making a video on this Boss PH1R, which is definitely in need of some help right now. So that's how I wound up with this amazing pedal for $10. And I just did a whole lot of talking. Let's hear some more phasing. And if you're sitting there wondering how this all sounds with a bass guitar, well, why don't you just listen to this and see what you think. let's talk about that bass line. I really have no idea what I was going for with that jam, but as it started to come together, I was really kind of vibing on its spooky, creepy, off-kilter vibe. And I really liked how the color switch totally liquefied things coming out of that bass guitar. And then the 6-string guitar comes in, and that's a whole nother thing. You'll definitely be seeing more of the Seymour Duncan Dark Sun delay and reverb pedal real soon. If there was ever a pedal that felt like it was created just for this channel, it's this guy. Presets for days. Hey, I'm real happy to be back, and I'm going to be trying out some new things and new angles and styles to try to keep things interesting and fun. I really do like this small stone phaser, though while I was looking for one, I picked up one of these new black swirly version 5 ones and a nano-sized bad stone. And I think they're all really good in their own way, and they've all got their own little differences. At some point, I want to do a head-to-head comparison of them, but not today. How's that for a tease? Hey, I gotta keep you coming back, right? I hope you had a great holiday break if you got one. I've got so much more planned. I think you're gonna love it. I'll catch you on the next one.